Why You Shouldn't Go to Prison, Episode 2. Prison Saved My Life. So I'm going to tell you, welcome to my station, to my channel. I hope you enjoy the story and I hope you understand. Fine. This is not glorifying prison, okay? This is to tell you like stories of situations you could possibly be in. But if I say something about them and tell you how to deal with them, then you won't be in sure. Okay, you will take another route. Sometimes God puts you in places where He knows you have to be or to receive help that you need. And that's this story is about. So it is okay. 13. Okay, so now I just been in prison 5 days. My first time in prison, my first term. So I just been in there for 5 days. Okay, so now we're in receiving unit where it's just 2-man cells all the way around, and it's a big giant unit, and it's like 100 doors on each tier or whatnot. Because when the doors open all at one time, it's just a big old metal sound, metal to metal, and okay. So let me tell you my story. Okay, so I'm in there with this white girl, right? And me and the white girl is like 18 years old, and I'm probably 23, 24. And so trying to make our time go by fast. It's our first time in prison, been here for 5 days. They having it us out. It's reception. So, we don't know what's period. All we know is we keep getting ducats. Ducats is on a little piece of paper. I don't remember if it's green, red, whatever it can be, but little pieces of paper that the deputies send to you or that the trustees pass out to you, slide it in between your door to let you know that you have an appointment for the next day or whatever day that is. Okay. So anyway, we got ducats the night before. So the night before was the 12th. This day was the 13th. I wound up having a ducat at 11 o'clock. So and I'm going to say 11 o'clock, but I really don't don't remember if it was between 10 or 11. Okay. Keep that in mind. Okay. So now she's asking, what time is it? I'm like, oh, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm drinking, whoop, whoop, or whatever, doing whatever. Then she'll be like, what time is it again? And it'll be like, 8:05. Then she'll be like, what time is it? And I'll be like, 8:15. And I'll be like, oh my God, look, 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 look. I got her ducky and I know where I'm in. Like, I'm saying, we need to find a little bit something more to do than ask about the time. Because we stuck in here and time is driving me crazy right now. I got a long time to do. So I ain't worried about the time in minutes. Okay? So anyway, we decided to play a game. Guess what our game was called? Our game was called Who Can Do the Best Dying Scene. Again, our game was called Who Can Do the Best Unaliving Scene or Dying Scene. Okay? So I went first. I did something like, and then I died or whatever. And then she was like, oh man, that ain't nothing. So then she did some shit like she got some dying and shit like that. So we was having a ball. And then next thing you know, the deputies passed out the lunch. So lunch was about probably about 10 o'clock. We got our lunch, the door or whatever. All right, so bam. So we sit down, we took a break, we sit down, we get our lunch. Now I don't have no water. The only water I have is like the toilet, basically, right? That water fountain by the toilet, the water that we wash our hands with. So now it's like, okay. I don't know if I'm just gonna drink this lemonade that they giving us to make, and I'll just crack it up and then stir it up, or if I'm just gonna, just drink this water. And so I know that if I drink fruity stuff or anything sweet, because I'm hypoglycemic and, just things that's too sweet makes me shaky and down there stroke me out. So I'm like, oh shit. Like, you know what? This tastes like it's bitter enough. It might not be too sweet. I drink it. Now I'm good. 10 minutes later, I start feeling a little bit dizzy. So now I'm like, damn. I'm like, I feel dizzy. So after I drank the lemon juice, I began to feel, rather dizzy, famished or whatnot. And I just didn't know what was wrong with me. So I I went up to my bunk because I was on the top bunk and I just decided to lay down. And I was like, dang, when I lay down, my head is still spinning. So I got back down and I just was walking and pacing the room. So, as I told you, my bunkie, because we call them bunkies, my bunkie began to think that I was making up another scene and I was just trying to, go into it. So she was just like, sure you feel sick. And I'm like, man, I really feel sick. I'm like, I'm not acting. I really feel sick. But she didn't believe it. She thought it was acting. So then I was like, look, I'm about to go and lay back on my butt. So I went up the bunk, I stepped on the desk and could not raise my right leg. I tried 3 times to raise my right leg. I could not raise my right leg. And matter of fact, I fell. So if you ever seen a jail cell, you know how it's the desk right there. So you know how much of a height the actual seat is away from the concrete. Then the desk, the part that you write on, is away from the seat, and then the bunk, how much of a distance the bunk is away from the top upper bunk. So I didn't even make it to get my right leg off the ground, you know what I'm saying, to be able to get to the seat so I can make that next step. I fell back. I didn't know what was happening to me. My friend, I mean, not my friend, but my bunkie, she was like, oh shit. So then she just thought I was doing that excellent job on acting. So she like this now. She see what I'm like, what I'm gonna do next, and she like, oh my god, like you are really acting, and I am like, oh my god, I am really not acting. But by then, I couldn't say, oh my god, I am not acting, because guess what? Mouth was swollen. The right side of my tongue was swollen. The right side of my eyes, everything from my head, my breast, my leg. That's what was happening. I was having a stroke. Well, that was the second thing. The first thing was I was having a brain aneurysm. My blood vessel broke in my head and collected blood on this side. So this side, it started losing everything. So by then, though, I was slobbing out of this side of the mouth. Everything was like this. I was limp. I was slobbing on this side of the mouth and I couldn't move. And so she wasn't getting help because again, she thought I was playing. So then I started crawling to the door, crawling to the door, crawling to the door with my left arm because my left limbs worked, but my right limbs. So I knew if I just calm down and lay here, that eventually they'll come looking for me because remember, I had a ducky. 11 o'clock, I had it. So it couldn't be long. It wouldn't be long. So I just was like, damn. I didn't have nothing to think about. I was like, damn. So then the door popped. Then scooted my head enough for them to see my hand laying out the cell. When they noticed my hand laying out of the cell, they hit the alarm. So now medical start coming in and they pulled me out my cell. I felt all the. Then I start hearing, "Oh, you better not have to use drugs. If you use drugs, I'm gonna write you up. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." That was by this deputy named Robbie. So we had Chachilla at this time, and so I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't take drugs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even been out there. I ain't even been in medical, so I couldn't say anything. And, I was just getting accused of different things. So all I know is when they put the white thing to my nose to wake me up, I died. And I woke up in the hospital. Yeah. The moral of the story is that I was praying like, damn, God, please don't let my mama, only child, die in prison. And I felt like I couldn't go to God because I had done so much shit. I didn't believe God couldn't actually listen to me, care about me, love me. You know what I'm saying? I disappointed him. I was doing shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I just didn't believe that I had any clout. Ain't that what you call it, clout? I didn't believe that I had enough clout to talk to God. So I went through my mama. I used my mama name. You know how they be like, oh, in Jesus' name? Well, at that particular time, my Jesus was my mama. So I said my mama name, like, please, God, please don't let my mama. This prayer is for my mama. Don't let my mama child, don't let my mama only child die in prison. And then I released myself. I stopped fighting, you know. And the moral of that story is that was exactly. I got there. I caught the chain. I was there on the 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, January 13th, right? That was like 5 days after I got there. First time in prison for me to die, right? And the thing about it is, I just was thinking, damn, where would I have been if I wasn't in prison? Because, see, in prison, I got sent to a Catholic hospital where they did brain surgery. I was sent to St. Agnes Hospital where they did brain surgery, put some staples in my head, you know, sent me to hospice, was recovering for, 6 months, I had a brain aneurysm. That's what they told my mama, my auntie, when they all came up there. All my aunties died, came up there. But yeah, they came up there. Yeah, they told them I had a brain aneurysm, right? They had to shave half of this head, left half, and then the other half was long. All right, cool. I was paralyzed. My hands still go like this. Y'all don't notice or not because, but I need to do more exercises. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I think about where was I before them 5 days. I was thinking about what if it happened where I was. Because where I was in Twin Towers. Where they didn't answer shit. They didn't answer a button. They didn't answer an emergency call. They didn't answer anything. I would have died if I was in Twin Towers. Better yet, if I think about even before I was in Twin Towers, that shit would have happened on the street. What was I doing on the street? I was on 7th and Main, hustling, doing what I wasn't supposed to be doing. If I would have passed out right there, then people would have just thought I was high off dope. They were just I would die with people walking over me. So even though this is a why you don't want to go to prison series, at this particular time for this particular situation, going to prison saved me.